Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the May reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get additional messages. Also, keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. I apologize that the earth and air signs are coming out a little late. I haven't been feeling so well, but I didn't want to not do it because then I'd feel, then my OCD would feel, and I'd feel uneven. So I had to do it, and that's another reason why I didn't do the Saturday satsang as well. But let us get into your reading of what you'll be expecting for the month. Oh, and keep in mind too that I might be describing actions that you're taking or someone else is taking, something that you're initiating, or something that's being presented to you. Again, apply it as need be. Also, in regards to gender, as we know, masculine and feminine stand more for energy than gender. But I'm not doing masculine feminine here, but in regards to the cards, it might have a woman on it or a man on it, but again, that could just symbolize the energy, not necessarily the gender. So again, keep that in mind, and just apply it if it fits, how it fits. Now, sorry. What we have here is what you're going to be dealing with for the month of May. Spirit's advice in regards to it, why it's happening, your thoughts and feelings in regards to it, what might you need to be aware of to kind of help you in this situation, what is the higher message involved, and what is Spirit's advice. And then we'll clarify if need be with the Sibilis. These red cards here, actually the bottom one is the card, and these are the clarifiers. So again, I may or may not need the Sibilis. But let's see, we have deep knowing. What is Spirit's advice in regards to this? So let us start off with this. Intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy and hypersensitivity. Always something. The oracle's message: intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with Source, the consciousness that you are part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You're now invited into this sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. Relationship message: there are occasions when you just know, deep in your heart and soul, that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly. Indelibly? I always I always get stuck on that word. Onto your soul. Etched indelibly onto your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Prosperity message. This is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them, take the risk, and act. Within you, there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations of the smaller thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, oof, I'm having a hard time. You have an access point to the genius of the collective, the energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius awaits. And last but not least, the protection message. You are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again, so tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. The signals a time for recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath, empty your mind, and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? Yep. That's an easy answer, right? Of course it will. So in reference to this deep knowing, this is the advice, we have Seven of Cups in the reverse, Chariot in reverse, Strength in the reverse, Tower in the reverse, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the Three of Wands in the reverse. Every single one in the reverse. We're all upside down in regards to something here. For sure. Let's see, we have 3 majors out of 7. So something definitely, there's a need to be something needs to be looked at more deeply in regards to these major arcanas, but we'll get into that in a second. Of course, the Seven of Cups, in the upright, it's about fantasy, illusion, wishful thinking, choices, imagination. But in the reverse, it's temptation, illusion, diversionary tactics, views are illusionary, fantasies, unwillingness to deal with reality, a need to get out of the clouds, get the head out of the clouds, a need to see reality, refusing to look within, pursuing unsatisfactory things, coming out of confusion and illusion to focus on a chosen goal with resolution and purpose, setting intentions. So that is the Seven of Cups. Now the Chariot, in the upright, it's all about control, willpower, victory, being determined, fast-moving, travel, being balanced within ourselves, the light and dark aspects. But in the reverse is a lack of control or direction, feeling out of control, feeling like we're being dragged through time in whatever direction that fate is taking us. And just feeling like at the mercy of the world, like you have a loss of power. Collapsing under pressure, aggression, channeling energies wrong, should be used more, and the aggressiveness should be more about determination, not anger. Because you can have drive, anger can be a huge driving force, but again, that's a negative energy used to pursue. It's more should be about just being determined. Need to be more comfortable in not having control of a situation. Again, this could symbolize impatience. Yeah, perhaps we're impatient in regards to a situation. We're obviously dealing with relationships here, um, as these readings always are. Um, so perhaps, again, feeling somewhat frustrated, um, like a situation has been out of your control. Because, again, if we're dealing with other people in relationships, we have to take in mind divine timing, both people being ready, both people being on the same page. And being ready means, too, the energy being cleared. If there's any lingering negative emotions in regards to a person or a situation from the past and that air hasn't been cleared, that obviously is going to prevent something from coming together. Um, and of course, if you're connected on a spiritual way, twin flame, soulmate, or whatever, you guys will be mirroring each other's energies. So if one person is still angry and upset, then the other person's probably going to be fearful to come forward because they feel that energy of being blocked, shut out, no interest or whatever. Like I said, the energies, they feed off of each other. So again, that's why when people get separated, that whatever they got to go through, the aha moments, the healing, and the stuff, usually it's done separate. Um, so again, divine timing, and also people's free will choices. So I'm sorry. The frustration could be in regards to, again, not feeling like we have control, not feeling like maybe we even have direction. Maybe we don't know what we want to do with ourselves. Maybe we can't get out of our woes to push us forward into the direction Spirit's been trying to guide you to. Again, because we're still all in our feelings and what's happened in the past. Because then we have strength over here, in the upright. It talks about, having courage and patience and, taming the beast, taming our shadow stuff. It's about compassion, but in the reverse, it's lack of, lack of courage. It's, having, again, self-doubt, not believing in ourselves, not feeling good enough, not thinking we can have, manifest whatever we are pursuing. Again, being in the lowest, lack of self-discipline, even lacking the drive, um, not sticking to things, like falling back into perhaps depressive states or whatever. Let me see what we got here. Well, we got anxiety, but I'm sure depression is lingering somewhere. Um, Again, worried, anxious, insecure, feeling vulnerable or inadequate again. And the Tower reverse, the Tower in the upright, talks about disaster, upheaval, sudden change, revelations, aha moments. In the reverse, it's avoiding disasters, it's fears of change. Again, in this transition mode, out with the old and with the new, fear of what does the future hold, can't see the forest through the trees, unsure of what direction we want to take, lacking perhaps the belief in ourselves that we can, again, manifest whatever we want to manifest, lingering emotions still from the past, playing on your self-esteem, delaying unnecessary destruction, again, releasing so that new things can be built. A difficulty that you had to go through in order to learn a lesson. Pain is our greatest pain is our pain is our greatest teacher. Lord. Again, even if you're wanting to change, even if you're wanting to move forward, there could be, again, a fear of that. again, and still perhaps lingering in some pains of the past. You know, it's asking you instead to think big, you know, take risks. Um, you know, or there's going to be a change on the horizon, um, that might shift you into that change. Like something might be coming in that is going to open up a new possible path for you. But again, we're having to get clear, resolve any past things, have the courage and faith and determination to pursue the future or this possible thing that's coming in that's again going to give you an option to a path, you know, to pursue. Most likely it's somebody from the past because it is that seems to be the theme. Um, Now, again, in the Tower reverse, it's also it's something that was painful and difficult, but it was an important part of your journey. Again, it was a lesson, and we're recuperating or trying to. We get the Ten of Swords in the reverse, which is good. Tens are, you know, the end of something, or you're hoping it to be, but you gotta let it go for it to really end. And again, when we're talking about that, it's like, you know, the relationship could end, but it can take you years to heal from a situation, you know, and there is no time frame that you can put on that. It happens when it happens. You know, depending on how deep that wound was, it can take some people years. And just know that do your best. You know, get people that can kind of get you out of your funk, to help you, to assist you, whether you got to get counseling or just get yourself out there mingling. You know, try to change up your routine. Um, you know, do something for yourself, take a class, do anything to kind of get your mind moving forward, your body moving forward, the energy moving forward, and kind of so you'll be able to release this past stuff. Because, you know, you're spending time alone, you're sitting in the house, and it leaves a lot of time for thinking, ruminating thoughts, going over the past over and over and over again. And that holds you back, you know, and it holds that energy hostage. It's easier said than done, and sometimes again it can take years. But it's making a conscious effort to try to do that for yourself, um, because it's a shitty place to be, especially for years. Um, Now, again, the 10, it's about the endings of that, trying to recover from, again, something that was difficult, painful. Um, it also symbolizes, you know, again, fear of things repeating, whether with the same person, someone new, again, depending on what you went through. It's pain that must occur for growth and regeneration. You know, it's mental transformation, again, trying to see things from all angles, change our perspective in a way that will bring you a higher understanding and also will help you with the releasing. Um, it's also, you know, a reevaluation and elimination of previous attitudes, you know, figuring out what's important in life, you know, what we want, what we don't want, what did we learn, what are we not going to repeat. It's also still carrying the wounds from an old situation, that needs to be healed, needs to be dealt with because it's affecting your perception of self worth, you know, perception of love, relationships, life, everything. Especially if you're deep in the funk, or you find yourself going back and moving forward. You know, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. You know, but again, healing is a process. Um, it's also thinking worst case scenarios. So again, if you got anybody coming from the past, or we're fearful of meeting anyone new. Again, projecting, thinking the worst. Here we have Seven of Wands, which usually in the upright it's about, defending our ground, holding our stance. Here it's like giving up. Just like, not even laying down our defenses, or feeling overwhelmed again, or being overly protective, having our guard up, the walls up, because we've been through something. So we're ready to defend ourselves, protect ourselves, and even sometimes it comes at a cost of shutting everybody out, because again, everybody's the same, they're all the same. It's maybe fear of hurt repeating, because we're still even healing from what we've been through. Feeling overwhelmed by challenges or responsibilities. This could be just in life, general, money, family, bills, health, whatever it may be, just all the stuff we're going through. Comparing oneself against another, again, being in the lowest, or someone else's life looks better than mine, or whatever it might be going on there. It's a need to build our self-esteem, our confidence, again, so that you can have what you might be envying in someone else, their success, their whatever it is. But it's, again, it's the mind that can keep us, the ego can keep us stuck in dark places for long periods of time. It's tough. It is tough, but again, do whatever you can, get whatever help you can to kind of help you through this, so you can come out of it. Again, need to build your self-esteem and confidence, and have faith that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Feeling judged or criticized. Avoiding conflict. It's also about compromising. Giving in, pleasing others, and maybe we're having regrets again over shoulda, woulda, couldas. Feeling like something isn't worth the struggle, worth the effort. I don't know if you've been hanging around waiting to hear from somebody or someone, you might be questioning something, or if somebody's coming back, we might not even be sure we want to even deal with that, because of what transpired. Ain't got the strength, ain't got the effort, can't see anything working out here. I don't want anything to repeat. I'm not going back to that situation. I'm just, I don't know what to think about this person, or this could be the situation also. This is also could be about taking things too far, again, being overly protective. So again, letting our fears get ahead of us, preventing us from expanding, getting out of our little shell that we've maybe put ourselves in through this experience that we've been through. And then, of course, we have the Three of Wands, having a lack of foresight, delays, obstacles to long-term goals. Again, it seems to be blocks. And sometimes the blocks is coming from us, our own stinking thinking, projecting, keeping that negative energy around us. So if all we expect is shit, all we're going to get is more shit, and we're thinking nothing's going to change, and then we're sitting around doing nothing, well, nothing's going to change. Again, it's changing the mindset. Try to have some determination, try to release some of the woes and the anger and the resentments and the whatever it is, and shift that into a momentum for yourself, again, to push yourself through this experience that you had, so that you can utilize whatever you learned from it in a more productive way, whether that's helping other people who might have gone through something similar, or again, just channeling that energy so that it serves you and doesn't hinder you. Because the Three of Wands in reverse is feeling like you're unable to accomplish the goals that you hope for. Unexpected delays, creative blocks even. So if you are a person who does creative things, maybe your mind and your woes and all this stuff is preventing you from doing what you're meant to do creatively. Maybe the experience you went through was supposed to be propelling you onto a destined career path. But, we can't get on that path unless we, again, utilize what happened to propel us forward, not keep us stuck in the past, in the negative. Here we have a need to reassess. There's also breakdown or lack of cooperation. So again, if you're dealing with someone else, I feel like I'm giving up. I just want to give up. Like, I don't even want to deal. I have no interest. Like, there's just no desire, again, but not knowing what you want to do. Knowing that you want to move forward, but you don't know how you're going to do it or what you want to do. Again, there's still some emotions lingering here: fear, anger, sadness, confusion. Again, as far as what do we do now? What do I do now with my life? But it's asking you to see setbacks as an important part of your journey, as it contributes to personal development. So even in your stagnation, or what you feel might be stagnation, or unable to let go, even though you want to, you might even be sick of it, sick of feeling the way you do, or sick of having these constants, or whatever it is. It's like you want to let it go, because even you're tired of it. But again, some of you just might not know how, or have been really struggling with it. But know that even during this time, it's just, don't stay in it for like 10 years, but again, it can take people years to really process something or get over the pain of something. And whatever time it takes you, again, just make the conscious effort. Again, have that deep knowing in regards to what you went through, why you went through it. Again, what was the lesson? Try to pay more attention to the lesson than the person. This also, again, deep knowing can come from just having an awareness, a deeper awareness of a situation, again, of why it happened, what it taught you, how it changed you, what you want now, what you don't want, what you settle for, what you won't settle for, all of that. Again, the lesson involved. But also knowing that, should you release this, should you focus on yourself and push yourself forward, also know that, again, it's all part of your path, it's all part of your journey, and the universe is rooting for you to push you into the future that you want, the life that you want, but you have to co-create with them. It's not going to come knocking on your door. And the reason why this is all happening here is we have solitude, deception, inspiration. Now, solitude kind of reminds me of the hermit. This person sitting there in the boat in the lake all by themselves, taking time to themselves. Again, taking time out, taking time to reflect, trying to go within, gain that deep knowing. We have deception here. Either you dealt with someone who was deceptive. This is also about, coming out of our own illusions, not fooling ourselves anymore in regards to situations. Again, owning our own part in stuff. And it's about forgiveness, because we have to even forgive ourselves for our own choices and actions, because again, it takes two to tango. So if we're still reeling and hurting over a situation with someone, we probably let that person stay in our lives a lot longer than they should have. So again, all is a lesson. So again, there's just thinking here in regards to deceptions of the past. Again, not wanting to fool ourselves anymore. And inspiration, again, is just trying to find inspired, trying to find direction. what we want to do in regards to everything, or just a person in general, because we might be hearing from somebody, or this is someone contemplating on reaching out to someone else, because we got surprise coming over here, which is all about, messages. We also have strength, gain, barrier, and home. So again, we have strength here and strength here, but over here it's in reverse. So it's again trying to find the strength, not feeling we have the strength, not having the drive or the, belief to move forward. Perhaps again that's creating a barrier for us. Energy blocks, personal blocks, creative blocks. And then we have home. This could be just in regards to, again, our home life, our future, what we want to do, what direction we want to go in. I might do some more clarifying here. Or again, if this is dealing with a reconciliation kind of thing, a home situation, people from coming back from the past or wanting to reconcile, or again, not knowing if we want to deal with that again, not knowing if you could, see the person differently after all of this, be willing to give them another chance. Because again, I feel like some people are just tired of fighting for something or fighting for someone and that wasn't returned, or investing in something, too much pain, too much water under the bridge, too little too late, whatever it is. So perhaps there's going to be some dilemma here in regards to, again, coming back together with someone, because we have battle, truth, and surprise. So again, battle could just be you and someone else struggling within ourselves, because this kind of reminds me of the Seven of Wands. Feeling conflicted, not knowing the truth, or if you can even trust the truth that this person is speaking. Because if you're dealing with somebody who's been deceptive in the past, you don't know if you can believe the things that they say. Or again, someone is trying to give you a version of a truth, communicating that to you, hoping that it'll end the conflict between you. Or again, this is you with someone else. You're doing the communicating. And then we have patience, wealth, judgment. Patience deals again with patience, or like I said, too little too late. Wealth could deal with money issues. Again, some people were in codependent kind of relationships. So some people are needing to get out of those in order to come together with someone. So maybe this is someone informing you on that, about their money issues, or, give me a little time and come up with some money. Maybe somebody's wanting to again reconcile, or this is waking up again about trying to figure out what we want to do. We want to use our better judgment, which path we're going to choose, because we obviously, some people have some career stuff that they need to focus on their money, or again, if we're dealing with another person, having money issues, or both people can be having money issues, and this is kind of playing a part in, why they haven't come forward before, or why whatever truth that they're going to tell you, in regards to their financial issues, and that's why I didn't reach out or whatever it is. You'll know if it happens to you. Um, I'm going to clarify some of these as I mentioned again. We have dark-haired woman, ending, secrets, fair gray-haired woman, good news, and justice. So you could be the dark-haired woman and the fair gray-haired woman, or this is the person that you are communicating with. Secrets can mean just that, secrets, deception, things coming out, the end of secrets. You know, maybe justice can be had in a situation, or karmic justice has already been served, whether you feel like it has or not. Most of the time you probably won't feel like it. If things didn't work out the way you wanted to, the justice was still served because the lesson was learned. That's the karmic justice. Whether or not you reconcile, whether or not that person ever apologizes, whether or not you get closure, whether or not whatever, the whole justice in regards to how the universe sees it as being fair is, they only keep score of your card, and they keep score of that person's card individually too. So again, justice is served for you if you shed that karma, if you learn that lesson. No matter what it looks like, spiritually, justice has been served. So dark-haired woman deals with people all in their shadow self. Again, as I mentioned here, some lingering negative emotions. Maybe it's the end of that. As we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, because we're going to learn some truths. Maybe something's going to be good news and going to work out in your favor with this person. Or this is you just maturing through a situation. Again, learning lessons, growing, which is good news for you. Let me see. I shuffle these cards. On a side note, on a joke note, the walls are so thin in my house, which I hate. It's like nothing's private. You can hear people's conversations. Like, that's how thin it is because the old building. But sometimes I wonder, if I can hear people talking when I'm shuffling these cards, because of the way it sounds. People probably thinking, what the hell is that? Somebody have gas? Anyway, I was just had a funny thought when I was shuffling the cards, because that's what it sounds like sometimes. And I always want to yell through the wall and through the wall. It's not what you think. I'm shuffling the cards. I cracked myself up. Okay. Let us see. Let's see wealth. Wealth. We have dispiacere in the reverse. We have bambino in the reverse. And then we have disgrazia. So dispiacere, sadness, despair. Disgrazia again. Something bad, like the tower. Bambino obviously is about new beginnings. In the reverse could be, no beginnings, or delayed, again, due to some kind of money issues. What is the dispiacere again? Is just feeling despair that they can't make a new start on something because of money issues, feeling impatient. Let's see, dispiacere. Discouragio is also anger, arguments. Dispiacere in reverse. Great effort and sacrifice needed to achieve an objective. Repeating cycles. You know, maybe you had fear of repeating cycles. Again, maybe you were dealing with somebody who was codependent before, and they still have money issues, and they want to come back, and you're like, well, I don't know what the hell I want to do. I don't know if I want to. I don't have the strength to deal. I'm not trying to make a wrong choice. You know, maybe time is, and in time, will somebody's money situation get any better, or is it just going to be more the same? Ailments to the head. I'm thinking this can also mean kind of like the same as the Ten of Swords, dispiacere, because in the upright. Oh, I'm thinking nine. I'm sorry, not Ten of Swords. The Nine of Swords. You know, when she's sitting in the bed, stressed out. It's kind of like the same. And mental. What was I say? Ailments of the head could be dealing with, you know, anxiety, depression, things like that. Again, I feel like there's some frustration again because it's not moving how you want when it, you know, it's, I don't know how to say this. Again, fear of things repeating, especially if you're dealing with a past person coming back who's still struggling with some kind of money issues. Again, not knowing if we even want to go down that road again. Or even just within our own selves, we're struggling with money issues. Like the other thing, worried about, you know, how we're going to change our own stuff around. Ending foolish choices with somebody from the past. And the Vecchia Signora could be the fair gray-haired woman, or just symbolizes someone from the past or the past. You know, again, it's getting over regrets. Because if I see foolish choices in this one, and ending, it's kind of, and the dark-haired woman's there, it's kind of being willing to let go of our shoulda, woulda, couldas, our anger, our resentment, our regrets in regards to the past, you know, things that we wish we could have did differently. Or someone could be voicing this to you. Someone from the past can be coming in, you know, apologizing for, you know, their, you know, perhaps being moochy or taking advantage financially. Also, you know, expressing their regrets, you know, coming clean about some stuff, possibly looking to reconcile. But then we're unsure of, again, if we want to deal with this person. I'll go down this road again. Or again, this would just be us learning from the past, again, healing, trying to find the strength to move forward, focusing on our careers, letting go what needs to be let go, trying to find, again, our inner light to help us out of the darkness that we've been through, being open to change, open to new beginnings. Secrets, we have Belvedere, but in the reverse. Whoops. Oof. El pensiero, the thinking man, someone who's in deep thought, kind of like solitude, reflecting on stuff. Well, some lies or deceptions here, falseness, hypocrisy. Again, either something's coming out or something that we already know about in regards to, especially a past situation, past person. We're thinking about it. Or, again, perhaps somebody's expressing something to us in regards to these feelings that they've been thinking about, how they acted in the past, or, or somebody's feeling stuck here, mentally stuck, can't move forward. So either this is you not feeling like you can move forward from this situation, from this person, or they're voicing that they haven't been able to move on, from you, the situation, the past, and if they've been thinking about stuff and whatever. And then we have militare, which is something that is difficult, or strategizing. And then we have Lamika, but in the reverse is the falling out of a relationship, a close friend, confidant, someone we were close to, a difficult relationship, thinking again about the relationship being difficult. Maybe it's something better that we not deal with. Do we want to, fear of the unknown again? Perhaps again, projecting stuff. Again, uncertain if things can be better. If there would be justice, again, good news in regards to whatever news you might be hearing or telling. Justice, we have a conversation, conversations. So again in May, look for there's going to be some conversations, or there needs to be some conversations, again, either being initiated by you or by somebody else. And there's going to be some talking about the past, lies, perceptions, some truths coming out, people looking to reconcile, people talking about their money issues, or you're concerned about possibly things repeating money-wise. With this person again, for whatever it is that you went through. Now, what you're thinking and feeling about it all is we have talent. Again, we're trying to figure out a way. Or if this is our creative stuff, again, trying to focus on our money. Our careers, creativity, if this is where you do anything creative, trying to overcome those blocks, again, putting focus on ourselves and our future, investing in ourselves in the future. But also we might have some love situation coming up that we're trying to also figure out. And then we got the hidden enemy. This could us not wanting to be our own worst enemy, make the wrong choice. Because we got a dark-haired woman here, or, we're fearful if, again, somebody coming from the past who's been deceptive in the past, and we don't know if we can trust somebody, and there's some worries and anxieties around everything, when everything's in reverse over here. And then we have faith, again, either lacking the faith or needing to have the faith, wanting to have the faith that, people have learned their lessons, and maybe hopefully that there aren't any hidden enemies, hidden agendas in regards to someone. Hoping again people have learned and applying the lessons that have been learned so as not to repeat. And trying to look deep within and gain some deep knowing insight to figure out what the hell to do. Amongst all our confusion and uncertainty and lingering emotions still. And then what you need to be aware of is the Ice Queen. Ideas preserved, non-action and entitlement. And also the map maker of destiny showing up in the challenge position. Authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. Let us see. 28. The Ice Queen has come to block your movement for your highest good. Let your ideas be preserved until later. You can thaw them out and use them at another time when they will best serve. The realm of the Ice Queen is the place of non-action, and now is the perfect time to take a look at how far you've come and to ask yourself for a reclarification of your highest goals. Not all your plans can be accomplished at this moment. In fact, putting them on ice allows for the perfect timing later on. Don't be too hasty in trying to reach your goal. An even better one will present itself if you surrender and spend the winter with the Ice Queen. Perhaps, too, you're trying to do too many things at once. This is a good occasion to choose only one thing to focus on and let the Ice Queen put the others in the deep freeze until a more appropriate time. She'll let you know when it's time to let them thaw. Now, this reminds me again here, scattered thoughts, but not moving in any direction. Lack of direction. Just stuck in our minds and in our hearts and in that energy of anger, depression, regrets, thinking about stuff. And perhaps, again, there needs to be more of a focus on the healing, focus on your career, especially if whatever you went through was supposed to be a catalyst for you in your career path. Again, through traumatic things, sometimes our perspective shifts, or we discover that we're meant to do something else, or it takes you on a new path. So it's again about investing in yourself and knowing that, as I mentioned before, even in the times of separation, or even the times you're alone and you're healing, like this, and sometimes it can take years, know that in that time, it's doing what it's supposed to do anyway. That lull time, that time that seems to be, wanting to move forward, but again, still feeling stuck in some way, uncertain of our direction. It's like this is the time that you're supposed to take, again, to come into that deep knowing. So be at peace with yourself, have patience in regards to the healing, whatever's going on. So again, about releasing and allowing. Try not to cling on to, because even if you're not with someone, the thinking about it all the time, the holding on to the anger and just the ruminating thoughts, it's keeping you prisoner, keeping you hostage, keeping you stuck in time. And it also is a way to still feel attached to that person because you're keeping it alive. Even if you don't even talk to them, it's still keeping that connection hostage alive, and that releasing of it, including all the feelings and negative feelings that are associated with it. That's where the true healing comes in. That's when you'll feel freer in yourself. So know that this time is perhaps still for that. That's why they say divine timing, especially when it comes to reconciling, because if you're still holding on to whatever, then it isn't the right time. And maybe that's why they always say be wary of your energy, because if you're wanting something to come back together, probably the quickest way to do that is to release. But again, we fight to hold on and fight to let go. So again, we could be holding things up ourselves. But again, it takes two people. Both people are holding things up. If you're, but again, you could be holding yourself up from meeting someone new as well, because you're hiding out in the house or you're clinging on to this energy still. Then you're not sending that out to the universe that you're ready and you're open for a better experience, a better person. And then we have the map maker destiny. But it's hard, I know. Trust me when I say. Oh, it's either way, ally or challenger, no matter what side it comes up. When Map Maker of Destiny appears, it's a sign that you're being given an opportunity to transform fate into destiny. At birth, each human being is given a unique map with myriad paths that intersect with one another. Your map of destiny shows all the places you're meant to visit, places where you will be challenged to evolve into the highest aspects of the self. Remember that you're a spark of the divine come to the earth to experience itself in human form. As such, your path is unique. It's also somewhat preordained, and fate represents the events in your life that were meant to happen and that you can't change. Fate is transformed into destiny according to how you respond to your circumstances. Destiny offers you the ability to make great opportunities out of fated experience, so free will and choice are possible at certain points in your path. On your map, I'm sorry. Now is one of those times you're faced with a relationship or circumstance brought to you by fate. How you respond will lead you into your perfect destiny. Your ally may assume the form of a soulmate, come to heal your heart and be your companion. Perhaps your challenger makes you face the things within you that must change in order for you to express your highest good. Maybe fate brings you an ally in the form of a wonderful new project, or a challenger in the form of a failed business. No matter which form they take, all the perfect expressions of fate inviting you into your destiny. Pay attention as your map unfolds now, and remember that fate makes the map, but destiny is determined by the manner in which you engage in your journey. Just like I said, whatever you went through here, we're feeling a lack of direction, a lack of whatever. So again, know that whatever happened was supposed to happen. Gain that deeper knowing, gain that deeper insight. What lesson did it teach you? How you are going to apply it, and focus on your healing. Focus on you. And what is meant to be will be when it's meant to be. And you again free that energy up, and are open when you allow and when you release. And of course that comes with healing. Like I said, sometimes it can take years, but just try. And try it again. Try to find a way to find your light, and to keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in the tragedy of the fated event. Use it to light your way, to your destiny. You got the Judgment here. Again, maybe whatever you went through was supposed to push you into some career, a completely different career path. Again, where maybe you're helping other people based on your experience, and so they're encouraging you to do that, because maybe that's what you came here to do. It's part of your destiny, but you're not going to do that if you're stuck in this energy here. Now they want you to be enthusiastic. Whatever I'm most passionate about is the direction I will follow. This again is the higher message involved here. So they're trying to ask you again to find inspiration, find some enthusiasm. Don't sit in the lingering thoughts of the lies and deceptions that you experience with someone. Don't close yourself off in solitude, because you're afraid to, again, open up to new people and new experiences because of what perhaps you experience with some other people or a person. And they're wanting you to have optimism. I expect good things to happen, and they do. And then we have self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. This, of course, is self-love, self-respect, self-care, which includes helping yourself to heal. And if you've been depressed too long, or if you've been, seek out help. That's showing yourself self-love, self-care, self-respect. Perhaps the lesson involved in this situation was about self-respect, boundaries, self-love. Again, I might have been dealing with narcissistic types, liars, deceivers, users, and the lesson involved was to not allow people to treat you that way. It's also to remind you, with the justice here, the fair gray-haired woman and good news, it's like you graduated and you learned this lesson. Don't lose sight of that. Be happy about that. The karma was shed. Like I said, good news. Try to see it from that perspective. Again, focus on the lesson, not the person, and how you overcame that. And give yourself more credit than what you're doing right now with the negative stinking thinking. Think of what you achieved. Again, pain's our greatest teacher. And patience, again, I trust in divine timing. Allow yourself this time to heal, you know, and have patience that, again, things will work out over time. Healing will happen over time. You know, just try to be patient with yourself and the situation or with somebody else. So again, somebody might be creeping around because we got miracle here. I trust in God to know the perfect solution to the situation. So maybe it'll be like a miracle that this once liar will become a truther. Or you know, maybe this person will change. I don't know. Or just believe in the miracle again that through the crap, you know, something good will come out of it. And again, and perhaps because now you gain this self-respect, you know, heal from that. Again, try to be optimistic and enthusiastic, be in the present moment, focus on yourself, because the miracle of something new coming in is there. But you got to believe in that, believe in yourself, clear that energy, put out the good energy so that your miracle can come, and know that you are watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. I said, even sometimes rejection is God's protection. You know, that thing you think you might want is probably not good for you. And it's again, knowing that what is meant for you is meant for you, and what is not, we gotta try to let it go so that we can make room for what is. And again, and it's knowing that what you're watched over. Like I said, you may not feel justice was served because you might not be with the person, but justice was served if you learn that lesson in self-respect. And now you're ready for a new love to come in, one that is based in truth. We've got truth again here. I'm honest. I'm lovingly honest with myself and others. So again, you might be getting some truth, or you might be conflicted in regards to something that you're hearing because, again, there's a lack of trust. So maybe they're asking you to make sure you get the truth, whole truth, and nothing but. Live in your truth, stand in your truth, do what is best for you. This is an integrity, but that's kind of like the same thing, being honest with ourselves about a situation, you know, seeing things from that higher perspective and deeper knowing. And know that with the healing effort, miracles can happen. Something better is coming for you. And we have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So either they're telling you to, because this is the advice, or be open to this if someone else is coming to you, revealing some truths. And then we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So this is basically, you know, freeing yourself from the past, freeing yourself from any stinking thinking that you might have, anything that's holding you back. You know, take back control. And again, use that anger, that whatever it is, and channel it in a more constructive way that's going to have more positive results instead of more negative. Now let that be the fire to push you forward, not the thing that keeps you stuck. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So again, this could be a new opportunity in love with somebody old, or just, again, if they're telling you to free yourself so you can be open to new love, you know, get out there, mingle, you know, maybe you'll be having people, oh, we got unrequited love. So this is definitely a past person, I would think. You know, again, a new opportunity in love. But, you know, again, someone might be someone who wasn't expressing their love before, perhaps now through heart-to-heart conversations is trying to, you know, get you to start something new with them. Or perhaps because again you feeling like you're done, you're worn out, you're whatever. That's why there's not enough love here. So if someone is coming back from the past trying to whatever, some of you might be feeling like I don't even know if I want to deal anymore. I don't even feel the same way anymore. Who knows? Because again, patience, a good bit of too much time has gone by. You know, we have here calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations start bringing together. And then we got romantic feelings. So, you know, it seems like for some, there might be some encouragement here to give someone another chance, or just to give life, love, whatever, another chance, you know, by helping release whatever, letting go of stuff, freeing ourselves, so that we can be open to experience new love. Again, either with this person or in the past, or just in general for a new person. And on that note, I send you love and light and healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. And, you know, do check out the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook. All those links are down below in the description box as well. I do daily tarot pulls on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. So sign up for those if you care to link. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.